I've worked all of my life to live in Italy. We found this place, and now this is our place, and it means everything to me. I love that Tuscan food, it's about basic ingredients and the quality of them. It can take a long time. There's braised meats, there's slow-cooked ragouts and sauces and things. We're making pasta con sarde, con la sarde, and we have spaghetti. We also garnish with toasted pine nuts, fat amount of salt. This always freaks people out. Marry the pasta to the sauce. This is the magic that makes everything glorious. Boom! Food is a conduit. We make food to take us away to places we've never been and dream about going to. You just need your imagination and a couple of bucks, and you have a ticket to anywhere. So come on over. I love this place. I hope you do too. You know, everyone asks me often, what is my favorite dish? Cooks don't have a favorite dish. We will literally eat anything. We're not picky. Most chefs and cooks that I know, they'll go to any all-night diner and fall in love with 10 different things on the menu. We're not picky. If I had to choose a pasta, my husband's is, of course, carbonara. Anybody who's watched me over the decades that I've been cooking on television knows that. If I had to pick, it would be the sardine pasta. We're making pasta con sarde, con la sarde, and I use both canned sardines and, when I can get them, really pretty fresh sardines to top the pasta. Now, this is a gilding the lily. You don't need to go through this. This is something you can make straight from your pantry at any time. You can put a little toasted breadcrumb, but it's not necessary. But you can, adds a little extra texture. And we have 2 cans of sardines for 1.5 pounds of the spaghetti. I'm making 1.5 pounds because you can't see it, but there's a whole bunch of people in this room. We're going to make enough for everybody to have a little family lunch. We also garnish with toasted pine nuts or pistachio. You can use either one. This is a Sicilian classic. My grandpa was from Sicily, from Gela, Sicily. So for me, it's like a perfect thing. The sardines already have red pepper in them. If you're using canned sardines that don't have red pepper in them, just add a little red pepper flake. No big deal. So you have a little bit of heat, some salt. We have some toasty nuts, all these different textures going on. We also have a little sweet. These are just a handful of currants that I soaked. You can also use chopped golden raisin and just let it plump a little bit in some warm water. And then I stole one of John's drink strainers and I let him drain out here. We save some of our fennel fronds. That's the fun tops on the bulb of fennel, this guy. When we use fennel, we quarter the bulb, cut out the core, and then we thinly slice it. That's what we've got going on here. And we also have an onion that, now when we cut onions, leave the toupee on. Leave the little fake hat of hair on one end, cut it in half so it's nice and flat and stable, and then you thinly slice it. See, it's like fanning out a deck of cards. Then the last smooth move is to cut off that little toupee top and chuck it in your old garbage bowl. Ooh, it's time to empty that. Got a lot of stuff in it. Okay, so now we're going to take our fennel and our onions and get them going. I have 4 cloves of garlic ready to grate in, and I have a little bit of saffron. This is a very Sicilian-y kind of thing. My grandpa always put a little bit of saffron in this, so I'm going to do that too. But again, that's an optional thing. You don't have to go that route. These are the basic building blocks: the fennel, the onion, the garlic, and the sardines, of course. So we're going to go down here and let these guys sweat. How do we get our vegetables to sweat? We add salt. Salt draws out liquid in everything. So that is that for the first part of the dish. We have to let this get nice and tender, and then we can move forward. I am a ridiculous person. I do odd things. I'm just very specific. I like things a certain way. What I love about this spaghetti is that it takes forever to cook. So it's got a nice bite to it. And it's like 2 feet long. I pay kind of a ridiculous amount of money for this package of pasta. I have to whisper that because I'm ashamed of it. But it's worth it, I have to say. It's truly worth it. And it really does feed a crowd. And what you can't see is there's like 13 people in my house. So I need to feed a crowd. And so I'm gonna put in 2 pounds, a kilo of spaghetti for this lunch, which is ridiculous, but fun. And we'll definitely have enough to feed a crowd. Fat amount of salt. This always freaks people out. Look, I'm sorry, but you have to flavor the water itself when you're cooking pasta. It should taste kind of similar to seawater. But the reason we do that is that in Italian cooking, we marry all pasta with sauces and the extra ingredients for the pasta with the starchy cooking water. And the water is an element of the recipe. So you must season the water or it will have no flavor. It will just have starch. We always undercook pasta when we're working with dried pasta by at least 1 minute from the package direction. We don't want it to be overcooked when we serve, and it takes at least a minute to toss everything properly together. So I'm closer to a 2-minute kind of a gal, because I always give a lot of toss the pasta with the water time. Let's go to break, we'll be right back. So now we're going to take our canned sardines and add them to our beautiful mixture of fennel and onions. And we break this up. That's how we mellow their flavor. So now we're going to take our canned sardines, 2 cans, 1 for each pound, and add them to our beautiful mixture of fennel and onions. Come on, boys, get out of there. Come on, you're free. Go hang out, get mellow, make people love you. Yum, 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 yum. And we break this up. When we cook with anchovies, or sardines, the whole point is to get them to dissipate, to break down in the oil. That's how we mellow their flavor. And their texture becomes completely different. These are gorgeous. I could literally just sit down with a fork and eat this entire 2 cans of fish. And so we work that for a while. And just keep breaking it up and breaking it down. This is a superhero of a superfood. When we eat fish, we're getting all those great omegas, and you're also getting protein from the little bones that kind of break down and mush into there. It's just good stuff. It's good for you, it's flavorful, and it has a great texture to it once you work it long enough. Now, what else do we do to help mellow this out? Most people just add little white wine, or white vermouth. You know, in our family, Grandpa often used vermouth, which is just fortified white wine with a little spirit in it. I like to use a little bit of licorice flavored, like a Pernod, a little splash of a different type of spirit. Because we have fennel in here, this tastes like fennel in a spirit. So, boop, 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 boop. You don't have to make the fun noises, but they're fun noises. So why wouldn't you do the boop, 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 boop? And I'm going to use the white wine as well. This is a very citrusy, it tastes like the region I live in because it's from the region I live in. This is a pecorino, that's this region. Sheep are everywhere here. And pecorino cheese, of course, is made of sheep's milk. So this has all the aroma and the fragrance of literally our backyard and the valley that we live in. We're going to add in our currants and let them continue to plump. That's our sweetness, and you can use golden raisins chopped again. And to let it bleed out, we're going to add that little pinch of saffron. It's good. And we're going to grate in our garlic. I didn't put in the garlic too early because I was really trying to cook out the fennel and onions quite fast, and I didn't want the garlic to singe. When people tell me they don't like garlic, well, it's because they're cooking it wrong. They burned it. You can't cook garlic at too hot a temperature or too soon in a dish. Some juices have to be going on to protect it from getting that bitter taste and from browning. Hi, Bella. Hi, my baby. You smell Mama cooking? Bella already ate, so she's going into the other room for her nap on the sofa. It's very sweet. I actually made this sofa. I designed that sofa, so it's kind of charming that she really likes sleeping on it. Okay, I'm gonna wash the pasta and we'll be back. Okay, so now we're going to take the pasta. We're going to marry the pasta to the sauce. This is the magic that makes everything glorious. Okay, so as I said, I am an undercooker of pasta. When we're using dry pasta, it's especially important. We seasoned our water liberally. Now we're gonna do the old, still the starchy seasoned water. Turn the stove off before you drain the pasta. Because, well, maybe a couple times in life it's happened. The dish towel, or the mopine in my case, will catch fire if you don't. So, good not to set yourself on fire. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to take the pasta, a mountain of pasta, Add it to our fennel, onions, garlic, currants, blah, 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 blah. All of that great flavor, the Pernod, the white wine. Add our starchy cooking water. That's the magic liquid. And now we're going to marry the pasta to the sauce. This is the magic that makes everything glorious. We use all of those flavors and the motion of stirring the starchy liquid into and around all of our pasta to make this extraordinary instead of, it's okay. Very few things annoy me in life because my grandpa helped raise me and he taught me all those lessons like the count your 10 fingers and 10 toes and measure where you're going to spend your tears and your heartache. Don't cry over every little thing in life. But one thing that really pisses me off is when you have a naked bowl of pasta and you plop sauce in the middle of it. That is terrible. Don't ever do that. I can't see you, so you can do it, but you shouldn't. This is what makes pasta great instead of good. When you take the time to marry the ingredients to the pasta itself. Now we can let this kind of rest for a minute and just let it hang out and stay hot. Look what's going on over here in this weird pan. We've got a little olive oil. We have a charred lemon, which makes it sugary sweet. And we're gonna add the fresh sardines to the charred lemon oil. And just let these guys cook up for a minute or two. They'll cook very fast. We cut them into small pieces. So we're going to take the charred lemon. Bloop. Gorgeous. Woo! Hot and gorgeous. We're getting there. We're almost there, kids. We're almost there. Now, optional topping, toasted breadcrumb. This is panko. You can make homemade breadcrumb. I save all the ends of my bread, so I always have a variety of stale bread in many different sizes in my home. This is not necessary. It is traditional. They like the texture of it on top of this particular pasta. And then I'm going to take some flat leaf parsley. And a little of those fennel fronds. The fluffy light tops from our bulb of fennel. And work them together. Choo, 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 choo. And then we're going to add some to our pasta. And save a little tiny bit for the ta-da! Gorgeous. These look pretty perfect. So we're going to take the charred lemon, bloop, right down over the top of all of our fish. Gorgeous. Woo! Hot and gorgeous. So I have a special bowl. It actually has sardines all over it. So I'm going to take my portion first. Oh, God. Just the smell of this is just insane. Okay, then, again, gilding the lily. You don't have to, but you can. A little breadcrumb, a little pine nut, a little extra herb, and family bowl.